In this first video, we examine James and Edward, the twin brothers behind the YouTube channel Action Adventure Twins, as they undertake one of their most dangerous explorations to date. Known for deliberately pushing into risky environments, this time they descend into a deep pit cave. From the surface, it appears unremarkable, but the moment they peer over the edge, the scale of the danger becomes impossible to ignore.
Woo, that's deeper than I thought. It's another 40 feet down at least. Yep. Dude, that kept going. Yeah.
Loose rocks break free as they begin their descent, clattering into the darkness below and echoing for far longer than expected. With debris falling around them, the twins gather their resolve and continue lowering themselves deeper into the pit.
Jeez, this is intense, man. Been a while since I rappelled something. All right, man, I'm going down. Woo! All right, I got touchdown.
When James finally reaches the bottom, he calls out, "Touchdown," signaling Edward that it's his turn to descend. Once both brothers are inside the pit, water begins dripping steadily from above, soaking the walls and pooling beneath their feet.
Dude, this last drop is every bit of 50 feet.
Is it?
Yeah. Whew. I made it, man.
Nice.
Now deeper inside the cave, with Edward following close behind, the twins continue downward again, this time on foot.
Oh no.
Frog's committing suicide.
Oh no. Yeah, see the little guy down here.
There's a lot of frogs in here, dude.
I know.
Wow.
I'm going into this hole that's so tight. I had to take my helmet off. Oh, that's tight. Really sharp too. Okay. Man. I think I gotta just keep going down.
This cave is so sharp, dude.
I know.
Oh, cut up.
I had to take my helmet off again.
Step by step, they push farther into the cave, moving through tight, uneven terrain and into sections that appear untouched and uncharted. It doesn't take long before the reality sets in. This cave is far more dangerous than it first appeared.
Yeah. There's something moving in the water over here. Oh, it's a giant salamander. Yeah. This is huge, man.
Just as they believe they've reached the lowest point, James and Edward realize they are mistaken. Then something small, but deeply unsettling, catches their attention. A salamander, alive in the pitch-black depths of the cave. Its presence is a warning. The water levels here are deceptive, and the mud coating the walls tells a troubling story. Under the wrong conditions, this cave could rapidly fill with water, sealing them inside with no escape.
Jeez. That looks wet. In fact, both directions did. Well, James said I squeezed by a rock and it was super sketchy. And he didn't feel comfortable doing it, so it's just me going into this really cold water.
Edward chooses to continue deeper into the cave alone, a decision that would quickly turn against him.
This thing is so low, my ear's going underwater. Oh, that's cold. This is not good. Like, legit, to move forward, I have to dig the rocks out. Oh my God. If this ceiling even collapses like an inch, I'm squished like a bug. If I want to stand my head up, I can't. It just goes underwater. Oh my God. I feel like I'm gonna get stuck.
Every movement demands his full strength as the passage tightens around him, forcing his body through freezing water and narrowing rock. In a space like this, becoming stuck isn't just dangerous, it could be fatal.
So the reason I kept pushing is I thought it was gonna get wider, but as I'm getting closer, I realized it's an illusion. The water was just so calm and still above me that it was reflecting the ceiling off, and it just looked like a way bigger space. But it's continuing to narrow down. It's been like an off and on raining type of day. If it floods at all, I'm done for. So I'm gonna attempt to turn back around.
With the ceiling pressing down against his back and the ground digging into his chest, Edward realizes he may need to turn back while he still can. Inch by inch, he strains to reposition himself, fighting the cave's grip as he attempts to reverse course. But turning around proves nearly impossible.
Oh my God, I think I'm stuck. This is not a joke.
Halfway through, Edward understands the reality of his situation. He may be trapped. Experience tells him that staying here would only lead to one outcome. With no room to hesitate, he forces himself to keep moving, shifting rocks beneath him and searching for any way out. Finally, something gives. He gains a small amount of ground. Progress is slow, and every movement costs him more energy than the last. What began as an exploration has become something else entirely, a test of endurance, control, and survival inside a cave that offers no mercy.
I'm moving a little bit. I think I pushed it too far that time. I gotta go find James.
Breathing heavily, Edward eventually breaks free and reaches safety. He returns to James and recounts the moment he nearly became trapped inside the cave. Together, the twins make the decision to leave. The environment has proven too unstable, too confined, and too unforgiving to continue.
Alright, last pit. It is completely dark outside.
Both brothers emerge from the cave, soaked and visibly shaken. What they encountered was more than a simple pit. It was a fractured entrance to a maze of narrow tunnels, hidden beneath the surface and waiting for anyone reckless enough to enter. The experience leaves them with a clear understanding of how quickly exploration can turn into entrapment when awareness slips, even for a moment. In June of 2020, a Swedish YouTuber named Vahid uploaded a disturbing video titled "Scary Encounter in the Swedish Wilderness" to his channel, Vahid Kulsberg. His content typically focuses on outdoor exploration, ranging from overnight camping trips across northern Europe to demonstrations of bushcraft skills used to survive in remote environments. In this video, Vahid and his dog, Riley, set out on what was meant to be a routine overnight camping trip in the Swedish Lapland. The video begins calmly. Near a quiet lake, Vahid builds a fire and decides to try fishing. The attempt is successful. He cooks the fish over the open flame, and both he and Riley eat beside the water. With daylight still remaining, they choose to leave the lakeside and relocate their camp to a higher elevation, aiming for a mountaintop location deeper into the wilderness. For several minutes, they hike uphill through the rugged terrain until they reach what appears to be an ideal campsite. But during this climb, Riley begins behaving strangely. The dog suddenly stops and stares into the distance, fixated on something Vahid cannot immediately see. Recognizing the warning, Vahid begins scanning the surrounding area. It's then that he spots a brown bear running below him.
I think I saw a bear. There are some birds in distress over there. I just saw an animal move. Put Riley on a leash. There it is. It's a bear. Where is it? I just saw it. Stand right there. There it is. Coming here. Hey! Hey! Gå bort härifrån! Kom inte hit! Kom inte hit! Hör du det? Don't come here!
Reacting immediately, Vahid starts shouting and making loud noises in an attempt to scare the bear away. For a brief moment, it appears to work. The bear slows, pauses, and disappears into the trees. But the threat hasn't passed. Instead of retreating, the bear reverses course and begins charging, moving directly toward Vahid and Riley.
Nej, kom inte hit! Nej! Nej! Kom inte hit! Kom inte hit! Nej, 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 nej! Nej, nej! Gå bort! Gå bort! Kom inte hit! Kom inte hit! Kom inte hit! Gå bort härifrån! Höp! 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 Gå bort! Gå bort! Kom inte hit! Jag ser dig! I see you! Go away! Wah! Ha! There's nothing for here, you! Nothing here for you! Nothing here for you! Nej! Nej! Gå bort, gå bort, gå bort! It's running away. It was a young cub. Long hide. Nej.
The situation escalates rapidly. The bear shows little hesitation and at one point even attempts to climb the mountain toward them. Despite the animal's persistence, Vahid continues shouting as rocks loosen and tumble down the slope. The combination of noise and falling debris finally proves effective. The bear is deterred and retreats, ending the encounter before it turns fatal. Shaken by what just occurred, Vahid makes the decision to end the trip immediately. Given the bear's aggressive behavior and the possibility of it returning after dark, he packs up without delay. Vahid and Riley begin their descent and leave the area. Both make it home safely with no further incidents. In July of 2025, travel vloggers Nick and Julie set out on what was meant to be a peaceful summer trip through Kentucky's Red River Gorge. After spending the day hiking the natural bridge, riding the sky lift, and weaving through the dense sandstone trails, their plan was simple. They would finish the evening by finding a quiet, secluded place to camp inside the Daniel Boone National Forest. As they drove deeper into the forest, the conditions around them began to change. Cell service disappeared, other people faded from view, ranger stations were nowhere in sight. What had begun as a relaxed nature getaway slowly took on a different tone, one that neither of them had expected.
What are you doing?
I'm just eating Little Caesars.
On a trail in the middle of the Red River Gorge?
Yeah, they have.
You have a sauce and everything with you?
Yeah, they have.
That's nice.
They have Little Caesars place down here.
Later that evening, after finishing their hike along Hood's Branch Trail, Nick and Julie made their way back toward the camper. As they walked, they discussed the need to find a safe place to stay for the night. They had the proper forest permit, but neither of them had camped in Daniel Boone National Forest before. With daylight fading fast, choosing the right location suddenly felt far more important than they had anticipated.
On the way back to the parking lot, back to the camper, from the natural bridge. It said it's supposed to be a 3-mile hike, but it definitely feels like 4. We're gonna get to the camper and then we're gonna head out and try to find a spot for the night. Since we've never been here before, it might take a little bit of time to find a good spot. And here in Daniel Boone National Forest, you are allowed to camp in the forest. You just need to get a permit, which we did earlier today. So we need to find a good spot before it gets too dark and we're stuck making dinner in the dark.
This side is pretty quiet and peaceful. We haven't seen anyone around yet, but some things are kind of sketchy around here. First of all, there's a bottle of alcohol in the tree. And then there's a bunch of gun shells. There's a shotgun shell. There's a gun cartridge there. There's some broken glass. There's another gun cartridge. When we were driving in, we broke our V-boost antenna. Probably got snagged on a tree branch or something.
Julie admitted that she felt unsettled. The area showed clear signs of heavy use by locals, not just for camping, but for late-night parties and recreational shooting. The surroundings didn't feel abandoned. They felt watched, disturbed, and unpredictable.
While we were making dinner, some like 2 4-wheelers drove up from the woods, and they kind of just like parked in front of our truck and camper, and they just stood there for about like, how long do you think it was? Like a good 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're not sure what that was all about.
Yeah, they already left, but I don't know if I want to stay here. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think it's worth the risk or whatever, just in case.
Yeah, we're not sure what it was all about.
Yeah.
If it was just, they're just standing there for no reason, or if they just don't want people staying here.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah, they didn't say anything. They just parked in front of the truck.
Yeah, so it's
for
kind of
20
weird.
minutes.
There's no service here.
Yeah.
And it's just in the middle of the woods. There's no one here, so we don't know what that was all about.
I think it's best to just pack up and leave at this point, just in case. Who knows? Better be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
So we're going to clean up our stuff and head out.
And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, leaving a like helps support the channel. Subscribe if you'd like to see more documented encounters in future uploads.